Had 2 glorious days of weather, and then the one day I work outside, rains. They do look nice, so just be open, be honest about why am I giving advice. So if you're watching this, sorry. Actually, no eye contact there. If you're watching this, really, really sorry. Wood, wet, rot, hardening. I am using sentences. I'm that busy. Okay, good morning. It's Wednesday morning. Anyone's workshop ever look like this? Look at it. Look at the state of it. I've lost the plot. Basically, I've lost it. I've actually lost. I'm gone. I felt a bit of pressure from YouTube this week as well, needing to film, and I didn't. I did film actually, but I haven't included it. Although actually I will do. I'll include now a little bit. It's just me spraying really. I'll put a little bit on the screen as I'm talking, just to try and speed the video up, because out there I get really lengthy these videos. Yeah, so I've just been spraying this week really and organising stuff. I'm still waiting to fit these wardrobes. All these over here. The whole spray room is full. Yeah, it's completely full. I can't fit anything else in it because I've got the bedside tables in there as well. Yeah, and that's worked a treat spraying down here. Had that door open. There's no overspray anywhere. I am still going to put this curtain on, obviously, because there might be times I want to spray 5 or 6 units, and I might want to carry on working. That's the big thing, you see. With that, I just did that at the end of the day. But the advantage of having the paint room is I can go out there, spray, and then come down here and carry on work. I ain't got to worry about the dust. It's got 2 doors on it. Right, anyway, so what I'm going to do today, well, these, you remember these shutters and doors, they're all completely finished, ready to go. They've been for a while, actually. I stupidly woke up this morning and thought, you haven't painted the frame. So I'm going to quickly put a coat on the frame. It's chucking it down. I'm going to go to the job, and I'm going to do the shutters. Obviously, I can't do the door because my frame will be wet. And I'm going to rip out some decking around the hot tub, and I'll just film what I'm doing really. Then I'll have to go back there tomorrow to fit the frame and doors. In between doing these little jobs, it's only 5 minutes down the road, I'm going to come back to the workshop, get some coats of spray on and stuff. How much I film and tell you, I don't know. And then Friday I've got a window repair. I'll probably just make more of a video out of the Friday. And that'll be fun because it's chucking it down all day. So that'd be amazing, you know, to document that, won't it? Yeah, so I will catch up with you in a little bit. Sorry that, you know, lack of filming. I know last week I didn't really film me doing much work. It was a SketchUp thing. I think the reality is I've done quite well with documenting what I do, and sometimes the pressure just gets to you, and it's got to me. I don't even know why, because they're not big jobs. It's just the fact that I've probably got, because there's a few things that I don't film as well. And if you look at last week, there was a point where I said, I know I did, I was going to come in weekends and evenings, but I just wanted to do a bit more with my kids, if I'm honest. I just think I'd rather lose a week's money away. I lost a week for taking the kids to school anyway, really, but yeah, here's what it is. You know, sometimes you just got to let it go and just don't succumb to the pressures of everyone else. Like, as long as you can pay your bills, I can at the moment. So yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna let it beat me up. You know, sometimes you run behind, that's all it is. Right, just be open, be honest about why am I giving advice? Right, see you in a bit. I've got to turn the radio off actually. Look at this. We're doing these shutters. I'll show you them. Oh, you won't be able to hear me because of the Milk Road inside, but check this little fella out I just found. It's a bloody bat. And bat is all scared, bless him. On the shutters. I've got to try and move him now. Oh no. Yeah, anyway, that was important. This isn't. Here's the shutters. Hang on. That's what we're taking off. They're rotten. This is probably the best one actually as well. Well, he just flew then. Is he flew? No. Well, what I'm going to do about that? Anyway, yeah. That's probably the best condition one. And any problem is I've got them all dirty. Hope you can hear me. But yeah, these are the ones I put on. Bit more of the grain showing through than I wanted, to be honest with you, but might just give them a quick one coat tomorrow with the old brush. Right, what am I going to do with this bat? This is what you... Look at him. Take a little picture of me kids, but that's really stopped progress. Yeah, I was going to film it, but it's raining, so see you tomorrow for the door, and probably doing the rest of these because I don't really disturb this bat anymore. See you tomorrow. I'm done. Go to work in the rain. Back to the workshop now and paint. Yeah, it looks alright, looks nice, doesn't it? Absolutely soaked though, that's the only problem. And there's a bit of paint on the back of the wall where the shutters were. I can't really do much about that. I did wire brush the wall. They look really tasty actually. Really nice. Yeah. Tried to get them out of the workshop actually. Right, I've got to sweep up. And yeah, we'll fit that door, it's the PD door tomorrow, and I'll be back in the workshop. So yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Not bad, not bad. Had 2 glorious days of weather, and then the one day I work outside, rains. They do look nice though. Yeah. Well, good morning, it's Thursday. I'm not going to put the microphone on, so I hope this is alright. Sorry, I just I've had to put the bloody frame on the van, so couldn't get it on inside the van, it wouldn't fit. And I've got the doors in the van as well. Just got to put a bit of paint on the bottom as well. Obviously when I've sprayed them I haven't quite got the bottom, which is unusual, but yeah. Oh, I have got the top. Fucking hope I've got the top. Yeah, I have. I know I definitely, I normally turn them over, but actually done something where I haven't. Anyway, not really much of a point. It has got some on, but I've got to put them in here. And we're matching these, you see, that's what these are, split doors. So I've just, although the colour's different from that door to that door, so I've gone off the colour they give me, the code. Yeah, so probably got to put my phone on charge, give you a bit of time lapse I think on this, me fitting them. And then I'm going to go around, I've got to touch up some of the shutters in a couple of places. And I'm going to put some secondary fixings in as well, because I'm a bit dubious about the fixings I used yesterday. I didn't show you, they're like sign writing fixings. And they click in lovely, but because the wall's uneven, if one doesn't click in, it just worries me that it's creating like an unequal pressure, and then over time the wood moving. So I've glued them as well, but I'm actually just going to almost put like a screw through the side of the fixing, so they almost like a grub, like on the radiator, you know, they have grub screws through the sides on the slots, just to hold it. So I'm going to do that, which probably will take less time than it took me to tell you about it, so I don't know why I haven't told you about it. And yeah, get these in. There'll probably be something that I've got to come back on. These always is with jobs like this, like I don't know, you know, silicone or something. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I don't know why. We'll put it on charge for a little bit. I'll load out and I'll just pick you up, me fitting the doors, I guess. and the microphone all done. I have annoyingly painted over it. A lovely spray job, and I basically realised that I wanted to cork the weather bars in. They look a different colour as well, which is odd. You know why? I don't think it's just because they're laying flat, you know, like they're going that way, so it catches the light different, I'm guessing. I mean, they've been sprayed the same, painted the same. They look alright, don't they? Get a bit frustrated when you've done a finish. Like the spray job was brilliant on those as well. Yeah. But it's an extra coat of paint and nobody's really looking. The spray's just to save me time, really. Yeah, it only took me like 10 minutes to nip over it. I only done the fronts. Right. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to do a window repair, so look out for that. I'm probably just going to do a full video of that. It's going to be a nightmare. It's going to rain all day. Well, you'll see. What end? Yeah, and I'll put the costs actually on the screen. Sorry, someone just come out and didn't want to get them on camera. So I'll put the costs up on the screen. What all that was, obviously you've got the costing video, which I'll put up there from when I did it. And I'll just do some sort of summary up on the screen now, just to, yeah, sort of let you know what that cost to supply and install. I've got to come back and silicone it in, but I'm not going to do that until I've got to put these like little rubber strips on. Just to stop it, they click into the like a little rebate. But I won't do that until they've settled, because sometimes you put them in and you've got to come back and ease something in. They get in the bloody way, so I'll give that a week or so and I'll come back and put them in. Right, see you tomorrow. Right, good morning. It's Friday morning. This is today's job. Apologies for the wind, basically, if you can't hear me. Yeah, so I've got to replace. This is pretty much perished underneath, so I'm going to cut this back and replace it. Unfortunately, I'm fairly confident, even if this sill is joined there, I doubt it is. I think it goes under. There's no way of me getting to it, so I've got to cut a bit off. This window's cracked, so we've got to replace that. At the same time, this is all blown, so we're going to sort that out, which I think is why it's cracked. To be honest with you, they're probably all in a similar state, but they only want that one doing. They've had a bit done here, I don't know what that's about, but anyway. And got to sort that out as well. That to me is completely gone. There's a lot of movements happened there. I think I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to measure it all up now, go to the workshop, get it all cut, machined. If I can't pick it up, like, I might just go and pick it up, we'll see. Yeah, we'll go from there. That's quite a long length, I don't know if I've got enough sapele for that. But anyway, yeah, this is just a little job. It's an awful day to do it, because I'm going to come back, set the gazebo up and whatnot. It's going to be a bit of a, it's going to fight me, this one, but it's one of those jobs you just got to get out of the way, get done. And a little update for you. The reason I'm not doing the wardrobes this week is because the lights. So I used to get all my lights from this company, and I basically went, and since using this company, I've been going to Amazon and getting them a lot cheaper and not buying all the bits individually. I've worked out what you need. Someone asked me to put a link up on like not an affiliates link, but just a link. I didn't do it because I wasn't sure where I was getting my lighting from, but this has kind of answered it, because I'm not going to name the company, but the company that I ordered my lights from, I went back to them because I thought, oh, do you know what? It's wrong really for me to have used this company, gained all the knowledge, and then order the bits individually. So I went back to them and ordered it all as a package. But for some reason it's been held up, it's not got to me. So I'm going to cancel my order and just order it all individually. I think then once I've done this job, I'm going to put the links up for these wardrobes of everything I've used. It's frustrating because I've actually tried to do it the proper way and go to the original company, and I don't think it's their fault. I think it's just a blip. So that's why I'm not going to name them. But it is frustrating because it means that the customer's now waiting. So if you're watching this, sorry. Actually, no eye contact there. If you're watching this, I'm really, really sorry. I have told them, but yeah. So I'll be jumping on that next week. Unfortunately, I'm just going to do a last-minute order on Amazon and get them as I've been doing them for the last couple of jobs actually. It's just frustrating. I don't know why. I sort of changed my system out of morals, really odd. Anyway, right, I'm going to measure this, get to the workshop, and we'll get on it. Oh, the best bit about that job is getting back in the van. You ever feel like that? You think, oh, I've got to go get the bits now, and I'll just go back to bed. But yeah, basically, it's all softwood. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, because sort of in my head was like,
I've worked on this house before, and the windows out the back, or the doors that I took out the back, which are, I thought part of the original, were sapele. And everything's stained dark inside, but it's just all softwood. So, and even the sills are softwood. Why? Yeah, and they're definitely original. So maybe they'd have the doors changed out the back. Anyway, not the point. The point is, I'm going to replace it with softwood. Let me know what you think. Should I put it sapele in? I mean, what's the point of putting one bit of sapele back in the bottom of a window? One bit of hardwood back in the window when it's all made out of softwood. That's what I'm thinking. Mainly because the decoration on the inside is, see, if it was painted all the way through, I'd probably just put sapele in, even though you mix in the species, but you know, it's not really an issue, is it? But it's stained inside, so they'll only struggle. At least if they're staining the softwood, they'll definitely get a match. Fucking nightmare though. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Yeah, I'm going to do the sill in softwood because I'm literally replacing a little bit of the sill on the front. I just can't see the point in doing it in sapele. It will just, at least if it's softwood, it should, you know, it should sort of hold to. If hardwood stuck to softwood, there could be like a. The only thing I'm thinking is there could be like there's the gain. It's not about the money. It's just about is it worth it? And if you put in softwood on softwood, you should be able to get a more like it should be more stable, if you know what I mean. But if I'm gluing softwood to hardwood, that might not be as stable. It might not move the same. I don't know really whether that really equates to much, but I'm just going to do it all in softwood. I'm going to go to the workshop now and have a little look, but yeah, and then I might have to go to the merchants because I haven't got that much softwood. Yeah, and there is a chance that you'll see a difference in the grain when it's painted and stuff. I know it's only a small thing, it's tiny. Let me know what you'd do. Would you replace a little 25 by 30mm strip in hardwood or softwood? And then the bottom of the window, I'll put pictures up now of the sill corners. They're just going to get sort of fudged back in because they're dry. I've dug right in and they're actually quite dry. I've actually had to work quite hard with a hammer and a chisel to get that bit of wood out. I'm going to put some wood wet rot hardener in, and then I'm going to put some of that epoxy in. Well, I've got to get going. Yeah, right, speak to you in a bit. There you go, 11 o'clock. Yeah, unfortunately the landlord that I work for has had a little bit of bad news. So basically I just had to, you know, obviously can't sort of tell I'm in a rush, so I was chatting to him about that, and just, you know, by the time I've sort of said goodbye and that and spoke to him and gone and got the bits, it's 11 o'clock and I'm not at the job. Absolute nightmare. So I've just had to come and get fuel, and now I'm going to the job. So the filming of this is going to be not what I thought it was going to be, because I've also got an assembly at 3 o'clock for my little lad. So we're going to see. It's not going to be doable, is it? But I'm just going to film it and we're going to have a little chat at the end. That's what I always do, no, I'm telling you this. Just making excuses, really. Right, see you in a bit. Update, no microphone, apologies. Hope the wind doesn't bother you. I'm using sentences, I'm that busy. Right, basically, this actually isn't that bad. It looks horrendous. Actually, it was the bead and the nail holes in the bead. It's all got into here. This is bad. But the inside is absolutely solid. There's no movement on that at all. I was worried that it got into the on these storm sashes. It's come out of the wind. On these storm sashes, the timber's it's ever so slim, the timber it's made out of, and typically they're not big tenons. They're sort of like a slice it. I don't know what it's like a profile joint through the spindle moulder. So there's not a lot of strength there, I think. Anyway, it's normally the glass that holds it. The timber's actually fine. It's just the first sort of inch, if you like. So it's probably not going to be any easier or quicker. But all I've got to do is cut out here and slice this out, this front section, put it back in. As long as I put it back in past where the glass is, so the water doesn't get back in. Like I say, it's not going to be a lot easier to do, but the advantage is, you know, that they won't have to redecorate any of this inside because I can salvage this. Yeah, sorry, hope the wind wasn't too much of an issue there. And it's not raining at the moment. I've got about another couple of hours before it's going to rain, so I'm just going to go hell for leather. Update out of the way. Sorry about the wind. Hope you really enjoyed that video. Thanks for all the new subscribers this week. I know I say it every week, but it really does mean a lot to me. This is what we're left with. Looks to stay. It's 3 o'clock. I should be at an assembly now for my little lad, so I'm rushing. There, and the window replaced back in. I just got to come back and knife the silicone. Oh, don't throw your coat in there, Matt. Knife the silicone off and put a bit of primer on, which I might do at the weekend, and I might film, might add to the video. Who knows? Really sorry today was a rush, but yeah, can't be helped. Dodging the rain. Sorry, obviously the footage is going to be absolutely awful, but you know, you didn't like the house. You didn't like the house, Matt. I've got to go. This is actually going to be my second end of the video. I don't know if I'm including this or not. But basically, I had to go to the school to watch my little boy's assembly and pick up my little girl, who's not very happy because I'm now talking to the camera. But basically, yeah, I just thought I'd end it. Essentially, I've done all the repairs, but if I've already shown this, apologies, because I don't know which bit of the video I'm going to include. You know, it looks messy because I've got to come back and sand it and put some primer and stuff on it, but I've got to let the epoxy go off because it's about 8 hours to go off. And we've got a bit of a problem as well, but the nightmare with the beads. Basically, I've put the same size beads back in that were there, but this bloody the glass, which was actually measured, surveyed, and sort of by a glass firm, is smaller than what was there. Not by a lot, and it probably wanted to be smaller. It's bloody tight. Which has been great for toe and healing. I've managed to get it right to prop the window back up, but you can see the bloody glazing bead, whatever you call it, the chair, the thing in the middle, whatever that's called. It's silver, you can see it. It's a bit frustrating. There's not a lot I can do about that. Yeah, what I have done, because it was so bad on the bottom, you can sort of see I've had to make a separate bit up to make it taller, because it was actually a lot shorter. The width was about 8 mil out, but the height was about 15 mil. So I've had to really put a bigger bit of bead on. I didn't notice it until after I'd done it. There's not a lot I could do really anyway. I suppose I could have made the bottom bit a bit bigger. But then you just see the back of the bead on the inside. So it's one of those really. By the time I knife the silicone off and put a bit of primer on, it probably won't show. Yeah, it's not a very tidy job, I must admit. And it's not because I've rushed, it's just because I've not put a finish on it, I've not sanded it back or filled it, painted it. So yeah, I'll probably come in at the weekend, put a bit of filler, get a coat of primer on, probably 2 coats of primer, and then leave it up to the customer really. I've got to sand it for the customer, so I might as well put primer on. Yeah, so I haven't already said this. Thanks a lot for all the subscribers. Anyone that's new, I know I say it every week, but it just blows me away every week. I keep getting just, you know, messages and messages and messages, all private inbox messages, some comments as well. I get a fair few comments on the videos. It's just been brilliant, you know, just a bit of engagement really, and it's helping me sort of grow what I'm doing. Yeah, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, next week, wardrobes, finally. And I have actually got another little job I've got to fit in as well. So yeah, you know, it hasn't been too bad a week, has it? I know I keep saying I'm gonna, you know, spend a bit more time getting this right, but just going to let it develop, I think, because it's time consuming. Like, you know, today, that doesn't seem like a lot of work maybe to some people, but because I was restricted with picking the kids up and starting like a little bit later, so I spoke to the farmer I rent off and whatnot, and then having to film, it feels like I'm rushing around a lot. So it feels like I'm not putting the effort into the videos, because I'm kind of not. But yeah, you know, it's one of those really. I think I'm slowly getting better at doing that. I'm definitely getting better at the workshop stuff, filming, but the actual on-site stuff I find quite hard to do, to be honest with you. Right, like I said, thanks a lot. I'll see you next week.